Clara Barton by Morgan Johnston, Ariel Pollard, Austin Greeley, Kyle Seeley, and Maddie Fudge.
Clara Barton, who lived between 1821 and 1912, lived in a unique time during the Civil War, where she pioneered many major reforms in nursing. This was a time period in which most nurses did not receive any formal training and many were volunteers for the war effort. Clara was a brave soul. The Civil War had just begun and she went in person to serve those on the battlefield. During this time period, women were paid far less than men. Clara left her original job as a teacher because a male teacher was hired at twice her salary. Without her contributions during this time period, nursing would look a lot different today.
Clara Barton's education and background. She began working as a teacher at age 18 and established the first free school in New Jersey in 1852. After quitting her teaching job, she became a clerk at the U.S. Patent Office until the war began. Clara Barton was later named the head nurse of Benjamin Butler's units, even though she had no formal medical training, and she traveled to Europe in 1869 where she learned of the International Red Cross in Switzerland.
Nursing during the Civil War. Before the beginning of the American Civil War, nursing was not fully established as an institution. Many new healthcare institutions and organizations were started during this time due to high demand for medical care. The war transformed nursing and opened the opportunity for women to contribute to the war. Prior to the war, there were no trained nurses, but only women taking care of others in a home setting rather than a hospital. The growth of nursing was driven by high mortality rates and lack of immediate medical attention for soldiers. Women in North Carolina began using makeshift buildings with inadequate equipment and homemade supplies. New nurses also relied heavily on Florence Nightingale's Notes on Nursing. Proper training for nurses became much more prevalent, as did questioning of established norms and practices in healthcare.
Clara Barton made many contributions during her life, her most notable being founding the American Red Cross in 1881. She was also president of the American Red Cross until 1904. She was dubbed the Angel of the Battlefield because she cooked, cared for, and comforted the men in battle. She also helped distribute supplies to the Union Army. She led the Red Cross to areas of disaster after the war and aimed to help the homeless.
To this day, Clara Barton's contributions are still seen throughout the country and even the world. As the founder of the Red Cross, Clara has performed many contributions even after her time period. In our country, blood is of dire need. The Red Cross contributes to approximately 40% of our country's blood supply by hosting blood drives. The Red Cross also strongly supports the troops that keep our country safe. The Red Cross has many programs and activities that prepare families for the challenges of deployment. Even after deployment of a loved one, the Red Cross still contributes in helping the family while the loved one is away. The Red Cross is a name that is heard constantly when tragedy strikes our borders. Disasters can create needs for things such as clothing, blood, food, and water. The Red Cross launches workers that come together to meet these needs for victims of disasters in the United States. A prime example being when the Red Cross launched almost 245,000 workers to aid in the relief of Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The Red Cross also does not limit themselves to just the United States. The Red Cross helps when there are natural disasters even overseas, whether it's a typhoon in the Philippines, a migration crisis in the Middle East, wildfires in Chile, or extreme cold weather in Mongolia. The Red Cross sends teams to help.